advice. Thank you. I was like 2 minutes a little late. I got to my new hotel, which is really pretty. We're at the Grand Helios in Universal. So we just walked around really quickly to see the hotel. Let's see, Mona. Will I meet someone special soon? Mm. Well, it feels like you're in a dating phase for sure. I'm gonna be honest, this feels like there's some healing that you need to do beforehand. I do see that there's somebody around, but he does not feel like the right person for you. His aura, his energy doesn't feel I'm going to use the word toxic, but like this is him right here. Okay. His energy feels a little bit toxic. So I don't think that's the right person. So I'm going to say you're going to meet someone, but that's not him. I hope that makes sense. You're going to meet someone that is not going to be the right person though. Okay. And they seem to be around. I feel like you're not looking in the right places though. Okay. I want you to broaden yourself. I feel like what you're looking for is very like pinpoint. You want a person, you know how people are like, oh, well, my man has to be like 6 feet tall, and he got to have money, and he have to have this, and he have to have this, and he have this. I feel like that what you are looking for is very limited. You need to just open up a little bit, okay? All right, Kay, and be willing to like entertain people who you might not normally entertain. I feel like the person that's your soulmate is not going to fit what you currently see. I hope that makes sense. But they're the right fit for you. But you have to get to know them. All right. They may not look how you expect them to look. You just got to get to know them. So just be open, baby. Okay, good. I'm glad that makes sense. Just be open. Will me filing divorce hurt my husband, or does he not care at all? And has he moved on? Mm, yeah. A couple things. I'm going to say, like, the energy around the divorce feels and he feels that energy. I do actually feel like he is very intuitive in a certain sense. He may not know it. Thank you, Sandra. He may not know it, but I do feel like he's a bit intuitive. Oh, thank you so much, Sandra. This is literally you doing that work, cutting him off, and him packing his bags and going, honey. And the energy feels like he feels that you're doing it to be. What's the word when you're trying to get somebody back? Like you're trying to get a rise of him. He feels that. So he's not gonna let that win, right? So it's not that he doesn't feel anything. He feels your energy. So he feels what you're putting out. And what you're putting out is an energy that you're trying to hurt his feelings, that you're trying to get a rise out of him. He's not gonna give you that. Okay. I do feel like he's very aware. So it's not that he doesn't care, but he's not gonna show you that he cares because he understands where you're coming from. All right. If you want him to care, I'm gonna say you need to be very honest and open about what it is that you want. And if you want that person back into your life, be honest. It's okay to be honest. I also feel like your guard is up. You don't want to get hurt. So I do feel like he's may have done things that have hurt you. But listen, everybody can take certain things. If it was okay with you, whatever happened, if you are willing to forgive, don't let anybody convince you otherwise. That's your life. That's your husband, right? He left you for a third party. Just wanted to know if it would even bother him. It's not. He's gonna feel like you're being vindictive. Okay. If that's the only thing, he's just gonna feel like you're being vindictive. So it's not gonna bother him. It's really for him. It's gonna be like, see, well, I knew this was gonna happen, right? I also feel like there may be some things that you're trying to get out of that as well. Okay, so just be careful. He knows. Where my marriage lasts. Mm. Well, the fortune card comes up. This feels like it kind of goes back and forth, right? Um, and this is very heavily dependent on your husband. Okay. Was he? I'm also going to ask you this. This feels like I don't know if he was married previously, engaged previously. There was some kind of very formal, very serious relationship previous to you, and I feel like that he needs to fully let go of that. Okay. And it'll be fine. But I do think he needs to fully let go of it. Okay. Will Chris and I get back together, Jackie? Mm. Jackie, that's really going to be up to you. Okay. I do feel like this is something that you're kind of putting work into. Okay. I think you're trying to make that happen. For some reason, right now, it feels blocked. I'm going to be very honest. It's like the energy I feel is like you're trying to make that happen. And there's someone else here in the background that's trying for the opposite, that's trying to keep you guys apart. Thank you, Sandra. Again, thank you so much. I'm just trying to keep you guys apart. I don't know who this person is, maybe an additional friend or ex. Okay. But I do feel like you're putting work in and somebody's also putting work in, and that right now it's like two things pulling us in different directions. Okay, so keep an open mind with that. It can go your way. You're just gonna have to put in extra work. This person's really putting in work, so you have competition, my love. And really quickly, Spirit is telling me to go back because there was somebody that asked about a spell or something. I feel like I saw that here. Just gonna see if I can find it really quickly. If I can't, then I will keep going. It's not letting me load. Okay, I can't find it, so I'll keep going. Um, will my move to Texas be successful, align, and achieve? Mm. There's a lot of changes going to happen. Actually do feel like this is it'll work out for your good, but it's going to be very difficult in the beginning. Okay, the full card comes up as well. I don't know if you're moving for love or to be with someone. Be careful of that. I do feel like it's gonna lead to some very difficult times. Okay, but you survive and you're okay, and you walk away with a lot of lessons learned. So just keep that in mind. If you're moving for someone, I want you to make sure that you have a backup plan. Okay, because I did feel like love may have been involved. All right. Hope you're there. Hope you saw that. Will Marco reach out this week? Oh, I do feel like he's gonna reach out again when things have calmed down a little bit. I feel like he's on a binge. That's the word that comes to mind. Like he's having fun. He's in his head right now as well. But the Pentacles comes up again. This is another love card for me. So I do feel like he comes through, starts traveling your direction. Okay. So I'm gonna say yes. That's a yes for the week. And by week I mean 7 days. Okay. So Wednesday to Wednesday, whatever today is. Okay. So the next 7 days. Oh, here it is. Do I have a spell or anything on me? Nautica. Nautica. Hold on, I don't use cards for that Nautica. Okay. No, this does not feel like a spell. This feels like I'm gonna call it an energy. Okay. And it's here in your stomach. I don't this is like a I'm gonna call it a something in your womb, okay, that you have not released. All right. When things happen to us and we don't move through that energy, we kind of stick with it. We don't tell anybody. We keep it within ourselves. I'm gonna be very honest with you. This feels like possibly the loss of a child. Okay, I'm not gonna say how, but this feels like maybe the loss of a child, but the energy, that something about that has kind of stayed with you, and it's holding you back from some things. Okay. um and because of that, we have energies that kind of attach themselves, these negative energies that are around us that kind of attach themselves to us. Okay, that's what it feels like. I'm going to call it an attachment. Okay, it doesn't feel like that it's someone has done like root work on you, for instance. This feels like an attachment, a negative attachment. Okay. I'm also going to suggest like make cleansing a normal thing to do. You don't need anything crazy. It's not necessarily witchcraft. Just like salt water. Okay, salt is used in the Bible. Just you can use regular salt or whatever. But as you're in a shower, take salt, rub it on yourself. If you're a woman of God, pray. Whatever you do that feels like that gives you power. You just want to do that, okay? As you rub salt on yourself and get that negative energy off of you, okay? But anybody that's in the comments that hears that is something you can do to cleanse yourself, okay? Salt water. But I have a romantic relationship soon, Jesse Rowe. Yes, you will. Trifecta too. Actually feels like you're going to get into something that's fairly serious, and I do feel like somebody from your past is going to show up as soon as things start going well with that, as sometimes that happens. So be prepared. As soon as things are going well, I do feel like an ex or someone that you may have been attracted to in the past does pop in again. Okay, so just know that's going to happen. Okay. Will me and Kyler get into a relationship this month, Peyton? Oh. This energy feels familiar, Payne. I don't know if we talked yesterday or not, but um, it does feel like it can. You're very open to this relationship. You really want this to work. It does feel like Peyton has to end something first. Okay, so this is something in the works. I don't know if he's currently in a situationship. That's the word that comes out, not a relationship. Some sort of situationship that needs to be like nail has to go in the coffin. He needs to end in order for him to start anew. That feels like that's what's happening. Okay, before it can go on. Thank you. Hi, sober girl. How are you? Kayla, did I see my future partner today? Was it today? Uh, yes. And I don't, Kel, I don't know why this feels like a feminine energy. I'm not saying that this is a female, but it feels like feminine energy, like it's very, and there's a lot of excitement here as well. So you definitely feel like you did. And also the energy feels like it was returned to you as well. So I'm gonna say yes, there's definitely a partner. And when I say partner, it could be friendship, relationship, whatever it is, but it's definitely, and this is on one of your soulmates as well. Okay. Somebody that you're gonna learn a lot from actually. Okay. Glossy D Zamikia. Should I get the house on Lucky Street? Oh, that sounds like a good street, actually. But let's see. Mm. Yeah, so it feels good. But beware, I'm gonna say when it comes to getting this place looked at, make sure that you're getting it looked at by your own person. Don't go with who they tell you. Okay, so like the inspection, that's the word I'm looking for. So when you go to get the inspection done, you need to make sure that you are getting it from your own person that you found, not one that even like if the person that helped you find this house, for instance, if they suggest someone, don't use them. Okay, find someone on your own. Okay, I want you to that you're renting it. You need to look at it. There's this feels like there's things wrong. This is why I'm telling you this. There's things wrong, and I don't feel like they're going to be fixed. So you need to make sure that those things are fixed before you sign anything, if that's possible. Okay, but yes, you should. Okay, Pentacles does come up. Says you're moving forward. This is a big step for you. It says you're moving forward in life with this as well. I don't know if this is a larger apartment or something like that, or other things, but it does feel like things are lining up for you right now. Okay. Hey, Coco. Coco, what do you see in the immediate future about me and James' situationship? Me and James. Oh, oh, okay. A lot of back and forth, but it feels like he's actually going to start pouring into you. Okay. I do feel like he's going to start showing up, and then the lover's card comes up as well. But there has been a lot of back and forth, right? But he does show up. I feel like he shows up when you need him to. Okay. And he does come back and start pouring into you. He is ready to do the work. He's carrying a lot of baggage though. Okay. Yeah. So he's on his way, but I think you guys will be okay. Okay. Love card shows up. The lover shows up for me. So you guys are going to be okay. Very correct. That means the spells are working. Yeah. There you go. They must be. Should I be with De Quincy, Marlette? Let's see. Mm. DeQuincy feels like a little bit of a fight, like a gentleman, but a fighter. I don't even know how to put that into words. But I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of dark energy here, like in his past. Okay. A lot of sadness as well. I don't know how he grew up, but it feels like it was a struggle. So I'm not going to say that you can't be with him. I am going to say that he may need to, he needs to deal with a lot of that first. I do feel like a lot of those things would be taken out on you. You're not going to feel as if you're being poured into. So just be careful with that. He's not in a place where he can really do that right now, and I do feel like he needs to be attached to someone or something, okay? In order for him to feel like validated. But I don't think he's at a point where he knows how to return that. All right. So just know it's going to be a lot of giving and not as much receiving. Okay, moving forward, he seems like he's really peaking from a rough place. All right, and he's still kind of in a rough place. My husband passed, and I didn't get a chance to say. Hold on, I need this. I need this one. My husband passed, and I didn't get a chance to say. Oh, it keeps skipping. There we go. Goodbye. Why haven't he visited me? So, okay. Um, one is that he it's not that he hasn't visited you. I think you don't feel him around you. I'm not sure if you're fully ready. Um, and to be honest, I don't think that he is fully ready. I feel him very slightly. I don't know if was this really recent? I don't know if you're in here, but if you can answer that question. This feels like it may have been fairly recent within the last year. Okay, if you can answer that question for me, the one that asked if your husband passed, how long do you? Okay, just answer that question for me. This feels like it was within the last year, right? Um, it feels like he's not ready. I feel like a fear, a sense of fear. Okay. Um, and he's not stepping forward. Like I can almost feel him hanging in the background, but he's not stepping forward. Hope that makes sense. So he's not even ready to speak to me yet. All right. Let me know. I'm gonna try to pay attention to that. But saw another one here I want to answer. Do you have any? Hi, I'm Laura. Hi, Laura, New Design. Do you have any predictions for me around my new business? Let's see, honey. Thank you for the gifts, guys. Thank you so much. Oh, you got to get out of your head, Laura. Um, I feel like I don't know if it's a new business, but I feel like you're making a lot of changes to your business. You're also doing a little bit of self-sabotage in in that aspect, okay? Things will be good and you'll change it because it needs to be like perfect. So there's a little bit of perfectionism there. You kind of have to go with your first instinct and kind of let go, okay? Everything doesn't have to be perfect. Everything doesn't have to be a specific way. Just kind of let things go and let things flow, okay? I'm seeing you getting in your head a lot, like, and I'm kind of hearing like, okay, this isn't good enough, I'm not good enough. And when things don't work out immediately, there's a little bit of like you start pulling back. It can go well, all right. You have to believe in yourself more than anybody believes in yourself. And you have to let go of that perfectionism, okay. If you can do that, things will go well. But I feel like things stall a little bit, they go well, then it pulls back like two steps forward, one step back type of energy. Okay. You have to let that perfectionism go. Okay. Josenzi, will George and I reconcile and get back together? Let's see, Josenzi. Oh, he's going to try to work on it. Absolutely. It is really going to be up to you whether you want to take him back or not. I do feel like he's in a really sad place. Okay. Reflective and sad. So I do think they're thinking about the things that they've done. I also think he's thinking about how he views himself because he has very high views of himself. I think he's now questioning that a little bit and how he shows up. So it's going to take him a while to make the changes necessary though. Okay. He has to do, he wants to do the work. He just doesn't know how. So you have to give him space and time to, if you want him to continue to evolve within the relationship, you're going to have to give him the space and time to do so, but he needs to evolve. Okay. Is there a third party, Christy? Oh, Christy, what I am going to say here, if this is not you, um, I do believe there's a third party, and this third party may have there may be a baby here as well. Okay. That's why I said ooh, because that was the first card I pulled up. Okay. So if you are not the one that is pregnant, that you specifically asked third party, there is a pregnancy here. Okay. Moth comes up, so I do think that might change. That could also mean that this pregnancy may come to an end or something will change. This pregnancy will change something, could be the relationship. All right, so just keep that in mind. Okay. So I'm gonna say yes, somebody's there. Okay. Thank you, Sandy. You love Jesus over here. Um, will I pass my test tomorrow? Yes, there'll be celebration. So yes, you'll be passing your test tomorrow, honey. Amen. Is Victor losing interest on third party? Mm. Yes, it looks like he is. He's trying to put a nail in that coffin. So yes, I'm gonna say yeah, he is losing interest in the third party. Also the energy of the third party just feels all over the place. I'm not really feeling it too much. Like just I don't know if this is the party person. It feels like a party person. Like I like the type of person it's like I like them when they're sober. I can't stand to be around them when they're drinking and they seem to always be drinking. It's that sort of energy. Okay, that's the energy I'm feeling. Like I love thank you so much, CC. It's like they're cool at certain times, but they'd rather be doing this, and I don't like them when they're doing that. Okay. Would joy come forward romantically? Let's see. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Tammy, man. I hope I said that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. Yes, they will come for romantic. A lot of romance, actually. I think there's been a little bit of back and forth because they've been nervous. But I do feel like they're kind of working on that feeling. Okay, they're working on that nervous feeling, and they're going to come through for you. They're coming. They just have to kind of get over a little bit and feel a bit more comfortable. Okay. Thank you for the follows as well. MK. Okay, you've been with me for a while. Will F reach out soon? Will we be able to reconcile our engagement? Thank you. MK, let's see. Mm. Okay. Gonna be honest, the tower comes up. It feels like a lot. I don't know what happened, but it feels like it was a lot, and there's been major changes, right? Where I think that the feelings, the overall feelings, have most definitely changed. It won't be the same. So I'm going to tell you, if they do reach out, this does not say at this moment they are looking to reach out. Okay, it does feel like it feels the energy around us feels like it's over. Um, if they do reach out, the relationship wouldn't be the same anyway. So the energy around this is like, even if they did come back, you would it's like we're never going to have what we had before. So whatever happened feels like it was serious enough that you just can't get back on track like you were. The relationship is completely different. So I'm going to say, if they do reach out, because this feels like they could change their mind. This feels like they're just currently in the place, but something could happen that gets them to reach out. It doesn't feel like an absolute no here, but I am going to say they are very different. Their energy feels very different right now. Okay. Okay. Alice will be financially, well, I be financially stable soon. Alice, let's see. A lot of change has been coming up, and I do see that you've been really working towards this. Pentacles and Cups comes up as well. Alice, I believe that you can. Here's what I'm going to say, because I do think that you've been working on it. I do think, though, that there are people that are getting in your way. Okay, these are people that you care about, friends, family. I This is like the sense of every time I get out, they pull me back in, right? I feel like you've been working on yourself, but you have still surrounded yourself around people who want you to stay the same. So I feel like every time you make a step, you do something good, right, and things seem to like get themselves in place, you are then pulled back into somebody's mess. Okay. So I want you to be very aware of that. Right now spirit needs you to get out from around these people that are kind of pulling you back, and then I think things will start to line up for you. Okay, but this is very much like, I believe in karma, right? So I feel like when you do really good to people, when you're kind to people, that energy will be returned back to you. This is almost like you have people around you that's like causing a little bit of chaos in their own life, and in result, because you're around that, you are getting brought into that chaos, and you're reaping their karma. I hope that makes sense. Okay. But it actually feels like you are trying your best. You're just around the wrong people. You have to change who you're around. Okay. Are you getting my question? Hold on. It's moving so fast, honey. I just saw it, but it's moving really fast. Rakuda, are you getting my question? Do I need to do something? You can ask for it here, honey, and I will try to see it if I can now that I saw that you asked. Okay. What do I most need to understand? Hold on, because this is my baby. A Southern Scout. What do I most need to understand right now to move forward? Southern Scout. Mm. This is going to be very difficult for me to say because I've been where you are, Southern, and this is a very hard thing for me to hear. You kind of have to cut your losses, right? You can't change the things that have happened. You can only move forward and decide on the person that you're going to be. Okay, that's it. And you can't let people in your past who've done things to you have the power of that, right? Meaning you can't give them the power of allowing them to create who you're going to be. You have to create that for yourself. So don't allow yourself to um dwell on those things so much that it changes who you are. I feel like you have a really good heart. You want to try to maintain that, okay? Even though I feel like dark things have happened, you want to maintain that good heart of yours. So that's the biggest thing in order to move forward. You have to say, who am I going to be regardless of the things that I've been through and that keep happening to me, because I do feel like these things keep showing up for you. Um it almost feels like a test. I'm not saying that you're being tested. Bad people do bad things. But it does, in that sense, it kind of feels like that, right? So just maintain and say, I can't worry about yesterday. I have to just move forward. And tomorrow, this is the person I'm going to be tomorrow. and this is the person I'm going to be the next day. And then if you mess up, that's okay. It's fine. I messed up. I'm going to be a different person. I'm going to learn from that and I'm going to move on. Okay, that's the biggest thing. It's just driving forward. Okay, what do I see as far as my financial situation? Coco Chula. Coco. Oh, Coco, we were talking earlier. I told you to come and ask. I'm gonna pull food cards for you, Coco. Um, Uh, First of all, I'm going to tell you that it feels like the financial situation that has a lot to do with family. Okay, I feel like literally, imagine like when you have a family, like nobody is really in the greatest place. So when you do have, I feel like people are asking to borrow. Like when you do have, people are asking, "Hey, can I? I also need to have, right?" So I feel like when you do have, you're almost handing it out versus saving it for yourself for later. So I do feel like that is part of the issue, right? Is that you feel like you have a lot of other people that need taken care of, that are also not in the greatest place. I also feel like you can't depend on other people, but other people can depend on you. So there's a lot of that energy around. You're gonna have to pull yourself out of that and put yourself first. Okay, that's number one. All right. Does the financial situation work out? It can. I hate to say this, Wheel of Fortune comes up. Okay. This feels like there's a lot of past due bills, I'm gonna say as well. Like a lot of people expecting money. So I feel like as soon as you do, because you're gonna get a leg up, okay, money is gonna come through, but I do feel like as soon as that comes, there are past due things that have to be taken care of. All right. So it's going to come and go. All right. When is it going to be stable? I'm going to ask this question myself. Soon as you believe in you. Okay, one of the biggest things that you kind of do is there's this sense of like there's a sense of like I'm always going to be this way. I'm always going to be broke. I'm never going to have like, oh, this always happens. You have to change your mindset and your thought process. I know that doesn't make sense, but literally spirit is like showing up for you in that way because you keep saying it always happens. So it's like, okay, fine, I guess I got to make it happen then because that's what she wants. That's what she's expecting. You have to change that mindset, change that thought process. Okay, that's what I'm saying. A lot of this is not like this a lot of the people around you, like I said, is always struggling, so you guys are struggling together, and whenever you have, you're giving out. When you give out, you have to give out with the thought process of I expect this back, whether you're getting it from them or not. Tell the universe, listen, what I'm giving to this person I expect back tenfold. Okay, if you're a believer in God, no problem. What I God, I listen, I'm blessing this person because you have given me a blessing. God, please bless me back. Okay, whatever it needs to be for you and what aligns with your spirit, but you change your thought process. It's fine to give, but give and hope in receiving, and know that when you're giving blessings out, blessings are given back. Okay, thank you so much for the follows, and thank you, Coco Jula. Jelena, when will I hear from Justin? Let's see. Justin. Oh, okay. Justin is dealing with some stuff. I don't know what happened between you guys, and it's funny because I do feel like you may have cut it off. Okay, this energy feels like you may have cut it off. And I also feel like you may do that quite a bit. Okay. And when I say that, I mean almost like it's when things aren't going well, it's that thought process of like, okay, so you want to end it then? Like you're kind of always bringing it up. This really has him in his head because it's ended. He doesn't want to be the one to reach out because he feels like it's you know how you make empty threats. That's the word I'm looking for. You know how you make those empty threats, right? That's the energy that I'm feeling. Okay, like she made all those empty threats, she really doesn't want to be with me, so he's feeling like you don't really want to be with him. So I don't know if that he's going to be the one to reach out. If this is something that you want to make happen, you're going to have to be the one to reach out. Okay, and if he's not responding to you or answering your calls, it's because he thinks that you really don't want him. He blew you off for my friend's wedding day. Did you break up with him after that, or did he just not call back? And did you ask what happened? Because this is feeling like you cut it off. So he may have blew you off on the wedding day, but this is feeling like you didn't want to hear. You haven't talked since. Okay. If you want to know what happened, because he's not calling. I don't. I think this feels like the stories. There's two different stories here. He has one story, and you have a different one. That's not true. Everybody has feelings. Is my mom with me in any way? Will I ever see a sign she's okay, Brandy? Mm, okay. Um, so Brandon, I just had to ask my spirit guide because I don't feel her. Not everybody wants to talk to me, but I don't even feel her sitting in the background meeting because I just asked and called her forward. And typically they're here waiting. Okay. This feels like she's actually already been I'm going to use the word reborn. Okay, but it feels like she's already been reborn. Um, that nothing wrong with that. That happened to my uncle. I don't get to see my uncle. I see my aunt all the time, but not my uncle. It feels like she's already been reborn. So it's not that you're not going to see her. And I'm going to ask, was there a baby born in your family within the last 3 years? If you can answer that for me, child born in your family within the last 3 years, because this feels like an exciting thing. Thank you, Natasha. It's moving a little fast. I don't even know if you answered that, but if you can, has there been a child born within the last 3 years? Okay. All right. Thank you again, Natasha. Okay. I'm not seeing it yet. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Natasha. Well, my daughter Isabella get into medical school this year, Gertlo. Thank you, Jill. Oh, it feels like she is. I know she's going to be a surgeon. 'Cause I'm seeing, those little knives and stuff. So I don't know if she's going to what she's going to be or what it has to do with having to maybe cut people open or something. But I just keep seeing those little knives. So yes, it does feel like it is. She is going to have to put in a lot of work though on her end. Okay. I would actually also suggest you maybe get a blessing done. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. And I feel like that was the right word to use based on your faith, because that's not the word that I would use. But I think she should get a blessing done. But yes, okay. Hi, Deanna. Ruthie is my uncle, an angel. Hmm. If this is your uncle Ruthie, I usually ask for confirmation. If you can, it's moving a little fast. 109 people in here, but I don't. I felt a little bit dizzy, right? Lost my breath, and then I felt a bit of pain in here. So I don't know if he died of some sort of heart condition, uh, or got hit. There's almost like is a stress here, or something heavy was in this area. But if that is confirmation that that is him, then I'm going to say he is here with you. So I wouldn't call him an angel. I'd call him a spirit guide. Yes, he had heart problems. Okay, so that's him. Okay, so yeah, he's here. Okay, but it was he's a spirit guide. Okay, I don't see wings. That's why I said like I guess we imagine him with wings. He's more of a spirit guide. So he's here guiding. He's checking in on you. Okay, so he is here checking in on the family, and he's there to ask questions as well. All right. Will my current partner and I have a baby, Kita? Yeah. Yes, you do. You do. Eventually, it does take some time. There's some things that feels like it spiritually wise and energetically has to be settled first, okay, and then judgment comes up. And I do think that a baby is born. I'm also going to say you're carrying a lot. This feels like you might be very stressed. I want you to be careful with that. There's almost and also it comes to like karma. I feel like there's a lot of stress and things you may not have dealt with, and that's what's actually holding the baby back. Okay, so you may need to deal with some of those things first. Having a baby is a very spiritual process. You have to be spiritually in the right place. As a medium, I see the babies around you before you're pregnant. Or if you've lost a child, I can see. Thank you so much, Natasha. I will see that and the energy of that baby still around you, waiting for the opportunity to come to Earth. Right? I hope that makes sense. So a lot of times if your energy is not correct, you're not in the right place. I've spoken to people who have lost children, and that baby will still be there waiting for that time, but for whatever reason it doesn't want to enter. God has given us freedom of choice, right? That child has a freedom of choice to decide whether or not it wants to be born or not. Okay, so you really have to try to ensure the right environment. Not everybody signs up for hardship. Not everybody signs up for struggle. Not everybody signs up for certain things. So they may be like, hey, you're not ready yet, right? Because I'm not signing up for that. I'm not signing up for this. So I just want you to keep that in mind, all right? So there feels like there's a little bit of mental things happening here, like there's a lot of stress. So I want you to be careful that the baby doesn't want to feel that. That's literally what I'm getting. Okay. Hi, thank you, Marcella. You're welcome, Keita. Will my soulmate find me? Yes, you keep calling to them. I don't know if you're doing, I don't know if you're praying, spell work, all those things feel the same to me. I feel like maybe I see writing things down. So I don't know if you have vision boards. I don't know if you're asking for one in a vision board. Thank you, Ella. Thank you so much in a vision board, but you're definitely doing work and calling to them. So yes, actually, I want you to be careful because three show up, okay, and they all come around the same time. And I'm going to be very honest, neither of them feel great. The fool does show up, so I do think that's a very kind person, but there's two others that show up, okay? Be careful who you choose. So that's what I'm going to tell you. All of a sudden, everything is going to manifest fairly quickly. Three people are going to show up. Don't choose when you're choosing, choose the person that treats you the best, okay? When people show up, allow them to show you who they are. One of them is going to be like not quite your type because he came up as a fool, so you're going to be like, this guy. But the other two are very toxic, so just be careful with that, all right? Does Neve still want to be with me even though we broke up? The kid. Neve. 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 Yes, absolutely. Again, my heart card. Pinnacle shows up. They do. They're actually and they're hurting right now too. So I feel like they may have felt that you were the one. But at the same time, they're not going to deal with any bull crap. Like that's the energy too. It's like, oh, I really wanted this to work, but let me pack my bags and go. Okay. So, but they are sad about it. But this feels like a very strong person, very strong-minded person. Okay. They are sad about it though. When will I secure a job? Living color. Mm. Okay. This actually feels like I don't know if you had a job lined up and something got in the way. I don't know if you overthought it. Because my mind card comes up like mind games, my like overthinking. I don't know if you overthought it and missed the interview or missed the opportunity or didn't do well in the interview because you were overthinking. But I feel like you overthink and over prepare. Okay. And you kind of let things flow. I feel like a lot of nervousness too. Like I was sitting in front of a person and I was just so nervous I wasn't answering questions well. They weren't really thought out. Oh my God, thank you, Felicity, so much. Thank you. Thank you, Coco. Thank you, Kiki. That's what I'm feeling. So you have to be careful with that. Just I'm gonna seriously thank you, Kimberly, so much. I'm gonna highly suggest that you meditate. Okay. Spend some time in nature or something. Thank you again, Kimberly. Whether you gotta sit under a tree. Thank you, Big Abby. Whether you have to sit under a tree, something, do that before you go into, thank you, researcher, so much. Do that before you go into your interview. Okay. You just gotta calm down, relax, and then you'll go into it. Whatever you have to do to get in a good space. That will work for you. Excellent. But I do feel like you're like you almost have like panic attacks. You worry a lot. So I want you to be careful with that. If you can do that, you'll land a job. Thank you so much, Lady T. You do that, you'll land a job because I think it's the interview process. Something keeping you out of getting it. Okay, the vibe is off. Thank you so much, lady. Well, thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Ella. Kiera, will Mark? So go back to you. Will Mark and I reconcile soon? Kiera. Thank you, Ella. Oh, I do not think you're gonna reconcile. Many scissors came up. This to me is cutting things off. I do think right now he's the hermit, so I do think he's keeping to himself right now. So at this current state, because you said soon, I'm going to say that's not going to happen soon. He does need to spend his time by himself. Okay, he's not. He's going through a lot in his head right now. All right. But too many. I got the scissors, which is swords. I got more swords coming up. This is like things are definitely cut off for a while. Okay. And I think you need to leave it like that. He doesn't feel like he's in a good place. All right. I think you have to kind of let him have his time. All right. Thank you, loving me. Will me and my SP work it out or should I move on? Dirty. I think that was the name. Move on. Lily, my packed up man comes up. You have to let it go. And then Queen of Swords comes up, which is cutting things off. Okay. You have to move on. It's time to move on. Hi from Tulsa. How are you? So I'm from New Jersey, but I'm currently in Florida. So hello. Jody, girl, is there a message from my dad? Jody, I think your dad was up earlier, right? Let me check. Um, I don't know what this box is that I'm seeing. I was the toolbox. Looks fairly big. But I can't tell what it's made of. I hope that makes sense. But he's asking about that box, Jody. If you can give me some sort of something, if you know about this box, it's a box, toolbox, jewelry box, some sort of box, that may have had some memorable, like stuff he may have collected almost, right? Also, I don't know if he's something like that. Just if you can tell me, he's telling me something about this box. He just showed it to me. If you can confirm that, and then I will ask additional questions. I just need confirmation. Thank you, Big Evie. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you so much. I just need additional things from that. Peaches, yes, you are a medium. I have to go into that further, but yes, you are. There's different types of mediums, but yes, Peaches. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you, Ella. Thank you, Kiki. All right, I'm not seeing your response, then I'm going to continue, but there is a box. So I need you to let me know about that box, okay? Message me if you can, and I'll take it further, but let me know if you remember this box. All right. He wants to, there's something about that box that's important. Okay. What are my guys trying to tell me? I believe is what that said. What are my guys trying to tell me? It's a toolbox. Okay, you know about this toolbox, Jody? Okay, there's something in that toolbox he wants to make sure got to the right person. Do me a favor and message me, okay? Because I want to speak to him further about that a little bit, okay? That's going to take multiple questions. I'm sorry. He just showed me a vision of it, but I didn't understand it, so I need to know what's important about that toolbox. Ooh, I forgot the question. We're gonna have to go to the next. I'm so sorry, whoever's question I was about to do. uh, will I pass all six of my summer classes, Ashley? Ew, you're gonna get real close on one of those. Real close on not passing. Um, it's like barely passing, and it did like to the point where you may have to retake this one. There does feel like there's one that's real close, Mama. I think all I'm gonna say is I don't know if you've already taken these tests or not. You stay diligent in your studies. Okay, make sure that you're. I feel like this one was confusing. Okay, so I want you to leave room for that. Don't stay up super late studying. Like understand it enough, but don't overthink it. I feel like the questions were meant to be confusing. Don't overthink it. Okay, go with your gut a little bit because you get really close because some of these questions are very confusing. Okay. You can have everything, just ask, honey. So you can come in, you can go ahead and, oh my God, our number was 111. Look at that. We had 111 people in here. Um, just ask a question down here. If I see it, I'm going as fast as I can, baby. And then I'll answer for you. Okay. Thank you, Natasha. Will Cortez and I ever reconcile? Does he miss me? Cortez. Cortez. Okay. He does. I do feel like you reconcile, but I also feel like you might self-sabotage a little bit, okay? Because this the wands comes up. She tearing everything up. I'll show you this card. This is my so this is female energy. She is tearing up everything. Thank you, Alice, so much. Tearing up everything. And it's crazy because he has the same energy. Literally, the male wands comes up as well. Same energy. Both of y'all together are kind of toxic, not gonna lie. Okay, but you got very similar energy. So it might work. Okay. But I do feel like y'all go back and forth with this a little bit, okay? But so you may come back, hey Abe. Will Andrew hire me for James Black after our meeting? I'll pull cards again, but I know yesterday that was a yes. Mm. Right now, it does feel like I don't know if you had this meeting already. If you're getting ready to go into the meeting, I do feel like after the meeting, there's a little back and forth. So I don't know if he has to talk to somebody else. But I think James does a good job of kind of speaking up for you and kind of watering the ground for you. Okay, so that that can happen. Okay, so there's going to be a little bit of opposition, but yes, it does feel good still right now. Feels good. Okay, a little bit of opposition, but he's going to convince him you're the right person. All right. Does Markel regret the way things ended, Caitlin? Mm. They do. I'm going to be very honest, though. It does feel like there may have been other people, friends possibly, but interests, right? So, like people that are my friends, but they're interested and I could be interested. I think that kind of got in the way here. But I do get a sense of like weighing options and the chariot comes up. So I do get a sense of like, yeah, like it sucks that this happened, right? But I am gonna say be careful with that energy because the energy feels very blah. Okay. It doesn't feel passionate. So this doesn't feel like, oh my God, I lost the love of my life. It feels like, man, that sucks that this happened. Okay. It literally feels like a, ah, I really hope that makes sense, but it doesn't feel like passion, like, oh my God, I'm torn up about this. All right. It feels a little slightly indifferent. All right. Is there a message from my ex-husband for me? Oh, he passed away. Okay. I was confused as whether he was here or not. This is confirmation from my card. Did this person may have passed away? Give me 1 second. Okay. Um, okay. Um, I didn't like the way the energy felt. I'm gonna push that on. I'm also gonna ask you if he died of possibly with drugs in his system at the very least. Okay. I feel very cold, very shaky. Um, so at the very least, if it wasn't a very like tick, I don't know how to explain it, but like I don't like the way my shirt feels on my skin. So whatever that was, I'm gonna say it may not have been an overdose necessarily, but I do feel like drugs may have been a system where you had a drug, maybe an issue with drugs or something that makes you high, alcohol, something like that. Okay. If that is his energy, I don't currently feel, but I can't get over this feeling to be honest. You can just let me know that. Thank you so much. That is cool. I don't know what that is, but thank you. Oh, it says zest, I think. Thank you so much. I do feel that on me, okay? So just let me know if that is how he passed or if it was in his system or if he had an issue with drugs prior to passing. Okay. So I can know that I've gotten to the right person, okay? Thank you so much, guys, for the hearts too. Natasha, what are my guides saying? Uh Natasha, I don't know if you're with somebody currently. Um I don't know if I like the energy of that person. Devil cards come up with with strength. Thank you, Big Evie. Thank you, A Southern. Um, so I don't know if this is current. You're currently in a relationship with somebody. My relationship card does come up, and it does feel like I'm emptied out. Like I've given all that I can give towards this person and this relationship, and I'm like ready for this to be done. The High Priestess come up. You need to take your power back, babe. That's what it's saying. You need to take your power back. Yes. Okay. Yeah. You need to take your power back. That's what it's saying. You've emptied everything. You've emptied yourself out for this person, and you need to take your power back. I feel like you've forgotten who you are. You've forgotten how strong you are specifically because I feel like you used to really be, like girl. Like the energy I'm feeling is like a baddie. Okay. Like I feel like I used to the way I dressed, the way I carried myself. It was just all like that feminine, strong energy, right? And that's what I'm feeling. And it's kind of saying like you need to take that back. Okay, you need to take that energy back. I feel like you've lost it a little bit. Okay. Yes, it's making sense. You need to take that energy back. So that's what your spirit guides wants for you. Okay. You need to take that back. Thank you, Ella Flame. Sorry, Ella Farah. Thank you so much, honey. Okay, will love find me? So I didn't catch the name, but will love find me if that was your question. Yes, it does. Cubs. This is my card from multiple loves actually. So multiple loves are gonna find you at the same time. So just be open. And go on the journey. Okay. The tower card comes up. Everything can end very quickly, but this is my journey card. Okay. Go on the journey. Do not let yourself get into a relationship immediately. I feel like you wind up in relationships like this. You don't date, you don't feel people out. It's like we go on. I see you a couple times. I'm like, yes, let's do this, and we wind up in an entanglement. Okay, entanglement immediately, and then I'm in this relationship that I'm not even sure is a relationship. Okay, because we didn't really confirm anything, but it's feeling like don't do that. Take your time. All right, right. Okay, you said right. Yes, don't do that. You gotta take your time. Date. Make sure they know we're dating. My options are open. I'm seeing what's out there, seeing who's the right person is for me. Okay, take your time and enjoy the journey. All right. Don't throw yourself into a relationship too quickly. Okay. Emanate well, Tanya, and I want to know if me and my child would be free from my baby father's people. Hi Pinky. Thank you, Big Abby. Me and my father would be free from my baby father's people. Let's see. Oof. One is this was like a lot of back and forth. Wands is coming up too. I don't know if his mother is still here, but his mother feels. Ooh, sorry to say that. Big energy too, but big loud, very loud. She's very loud. I feel like always yelling. Okay. Very yelling, always yelling, controlling a little bit. Okay. Also, I feel like there's a magical aspect to her. All right. I don't know what she's into. And again, just know that magical for me could be a lot of prayer. It could be actual magic. It could be a lot of things. But anytime somebody is super focused and trying to make something happen, okay, that's the energy I'm feeling from her. Very controlling though, but there's a magical aspect to that. I don't think she's going anywhere. I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't think she's going anywhere until a lot of things happen. So if this is the family that you're talking about, she is planning on staying around. It does feel like this is his mother, and that may be causing problems. All right. You would have to make a lot of changes in order for that to happen. Okay. Um, this would take a long time for us to get through. So I can't really do it here in this reading. But you would need to start doing magic of your own, prayer, whatever it is for you, but you got to start doing something on your own because it's being done against you. Okay, you got to protect yourself. But she's not going anywhere. She's still, like, I still hear her in my ear yelling. Okay, she likes to yell, very aggressive. What is going on with my love life? I need clarity. Bresky. I Bresky. Oh, okay. First of all, two people kind of show up. I don't know who these two people are. One has a very sad energy. One has the emperor energy. Thinks he's in charge of everything. And I am getting you contemplating. Okay. So I do feel like there are a possibility of two different people here. Okay. Um, this is saying you need to be choosy. Okay. You need to be very choosy of who you're spending your time with. I feel like you're not choosy enough. Okay. And you need to take your time. This is literally my be a little more choosy card. Take your time. You need to be a little more choosy. There is somebody else out there for you, so I'm going to tell you, don't settle for these two people. One of these people feel very depressed, like they just are always down, almost bringing down the mood, right? And when you're happy, like let's say you be the girl that's like, oh my God, I'm so happy, this great thing happened to me, and I feel like they get a little jealous. They're a little sad because the great things aren't happening for them. And then there's another energy who thinks like he's hot stuff, right? So he's not impressed, right? You deserve better than both of those people. Okay. And I think that you need to be a little more choosy of who you're spending your time with. Okay. Write a list. Spirit is telling me write a list of the attributes and the things that you would like a man to have, and look for those specific things. Okay. Look for those specific things in a person as close as you can possibly get. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Big Ed. Thank you, Big Evie. Thank you, Ella. Thank you so much. First time here, how do I ask a question? Hey, Stars, just ask it in the comments, and I'm doing my best to keep up and get to different people, okay? And I'll ask. I will say, for some reason, there's obviously like people who have been here for a while. They have these little badges. Those are easier for me. Thank you, Albert. Those are easier for me to see. So I am trying to pull from both, okay? Who is my soulmate, Danelle? Let's see. Oh, no, I can't say who specifically. All right. Although I will say I'm getting a T name. I'll keep that in. I heard the name Tyrone immediately. So I don't know if there's a Tyrone in your life. I don't know specifically, but I did hear Tyrone. Okay. Well, the fortune card comes up though, so I think there's a lot of give and take. I do feel like you have cut off several. Thank you, Day. Thank you, researcher. Oh my goodness. You have cut off several soulmates already. Okay. Thank you, Big Abby. Thank you, April. You've cut off several soulmates already. Well, the fortune comes up. You've been cutting them left and right. Okay. I actually feel like yeah, unfortunately, I think you've hurt some too. The energy I'm feeling is like when it is a good person, I do think that you are so used to a certain type of love that feels a little toxic. You know how when you're so used or you grow up around arguing and your relationships had arguing, you tend to think that that's what love is. Like I feel that energy of like this is love, is passion. Like those arguments equal passion because after those arguments, y'all get down and dirty, and it's nice. That's the energy I'm feeling like that what happens after those arguments is passion. I feel like it's a little bit of that toxic love, and that's what you're looking for. And then the issue becomes when you don't have that, it's like they don't even love me, right? So I want you to be careful with that because they are showing you love, and it is a less toxic type of love, but it doesn't feel like that to you because you are used to that a different type of energy. Okay. Thank you, Ella. So I'm feeling a lot of that. Okay. So you have already had several soulmates come within your circle, and they've been cut off because they've actually been less toxic. All right. Okay. Jeanette, will me and Elle be friends? Mm. You will and can be friends. I do feel like he's going to be wanting to get something out of that friendship, though. I don't think it stays that way. Okay. I think for you, it's cool and it's just friends. But like the hangman comes up, Pentacles comes up, a man and bird. So like I just feel like there's something. There's a need to get something out of it. So just be mindful of that. Okay. I think you guys would make great friends, but I still feel like behind that person is kind of like, could I, that sort of energy as if they're waiting for something, waiting for you to be desperate, waiting for you to be, in a different mindset. Okay. You're welcome. So, was this Tyrone? Is fighting for my marriage with her the right decision? Tyrone, let's see. Yes, it is actually. You actually you would need to play the role of the fool in a way, but I do think she responds adequately and it does keep things together. Right now, it does feel like you guys are going through like some sort of judgment. Almost like imagine like both two people did wrong and the scales were like this and the scales are always going, like you wronged me, so now I'm gonna wrong you and tip the scales back in my favor. Like you guys are at a stage right now where the scales are trying to even out. All right. So whatever happened did need to happen, and you do need to play the fool in order to win her back if that's what you want to do, and it will be worth it because I do feel like she responds and things get a lot better. Okay. Patrice, does Tony miss me? Mm. Tony, no, Tony, and then I'm not saying this and I'm not saying he does not miss you. I'm saying Tony is in a not a good place. Okay. Um, when Tony does think about you, all it feels like it's going to negative thoughts, negative place. Justice comes up. So I don't know what happened between you, but there's a thought of like, oh, I should just, like that energy. Oh, I should just do this, or I should just da da da. I should call her, and like there's still that frustration I feel like around whenever he does think of it. So there's no space for missing as of yet. I'm also like getting from him like his energy feels that masculine, that toxic masculine energy. I feel a little bit of that. Okay. So I don't think he's in a space where he can miss you the way that I think you would be thinking of missing. Okay. Albert, what I hear from Ken House about my application? Yes, oddly enough, a lot of lover cards came up for that. So I'm gonna say that they loved you. Okay. So I do feel like you do get a response from your application. I actually think it's after that they kind of fall in love with your personality a little bit, Albert. All right. So there may be a talk that happens after that. Just be yourself. And I think it'll work out great. Okay. Ashley, will I have another baby? Mm. Ashley, I'm gonna see if there's a spirit around you now, okay? Because I don't the cards I pulled up were a little iffy. All right, give me 1 second. Okay. Actually, I am feeling a feminine child around you. Okay, so this could be a little girl. And actually, I think I've been live for a while, so it does say the live was going to inactivity during your current live. What is that? What does that mean? Oh, I didn't answer that stupid thing. Okay, so it looks like my live might end. I think I was supposed to move something, and I was looking down here. Anyway, it does feel like it is. So it feels like there's a small girl with you. Okay, so I just need you to let me know as well if you have been pregnant and maybe lost a child, because I don't know if that was one that should have been here prior and did not get a chance to come through or not, but there is a feminine energy around you. Okay, that is a little girl. All right. Okay. Gina, is Michael in love with me? Mm. Gina, I'm gonna say, Spirit is telling me that my version of love and your version of love and his version of love is all gonna be different. Okay. I'm gonna tell you his version of love, yes. Your version of love, no, it does not align. Okay. What he believes love is and what you believe love is feels a little off, right? But yes, from his perspective, he cares very deeply about you. Okay. But I think you need to make sure that what that is the same as what it is from you. Okay, what that means is if you equate love to someone being like holding you in high regard, someone being faithful, someone showing up for you instead of showing up for other people if they have the choice, you need to be mindful of if that is not what he believes that is. Okay, for him, it's feeling like somebody that's going to be there for me. Like I need to find my ride or die. That's how I know. Like I love this person, and I think she's my ride or die. But it's a lot of you giving. I don't feel anything of him giving. Okay, so I need you to make sure that um you're clear with that with him. All right, of what that means. And if it doesn't match up, then I mean he loves you, but it's not what you're willing to accept. Thank you, Shanoy. I hope I said that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. Okay, my husband's sorry for separating. Thank you, Angel. Is my husband sorry for the separation? Will there be reconciliation? Yes, I do see. I don't know if he moved out, but I do see him moving back in. But it looks like you're the one that looks for reconciliation. Okay. I actually think you're the one that reach out. Queen is here giving her heart. Okay. I think a big argument happens after that. You kind of like, I don't know, just sort of something happens prior to that, but I do see you giving a heart and I do see him carrying stuff. And this doesn't feel like he's going away. It feels like he's coming back. And you guys are going to face some of these challenges together because swords come up. This is a couple. All right. So I do feel like you guys get back together and start facing some of these challenges together. All right. So that's gonna be us. Any messages from me? Today's my birthday. Happy birthday, Big Abby. Guys, tell Big Abby happy birthday. Happy birthday, girl. Let's see. Mm. Okay, Big Abby. So a couple things that I want you to be aware of. Okay. Be careful how you are spending your energy. Here's what I mean. I feel like you put energy into people, places, and things that are not worth your time. And that all energy into people, places, and things that are not worth your time. And that also don't fully align with who it is that you're trying to be. Because I actually feel like you have big boss energy, like that sort of like there are a lot of things you're trying to accomplish. I also feel like even with this like birthday, you may have made some things like, okay, this year, these are the things that I'm going to try to do for myself and for my family. Like I'm going to get my funds together. I'm gonna get my business started. Like I feel like a lot of that energy. Okay, stop putting things energy in things that don't align with that. Okay, whatever goals that you have set up. All right. If your friends are like, hey, let's take this vacation, but you know you want to use that money to start building your business, and they're like, hey, like girl, let's go take a big vacation. Let's be in the streets. Let's go, and you know that money was supposed to be used for this thing over here, you have to be like, no, I can't do it. I'm focused, right? So and spirit is telling you a lot of things can happen. You just have to get focused, right? All the things that you want to happen can happen. I need you to focus and put your energy in the right place. All right. That's your message for your birthday, baby. Put your energy in the right place. Make sure it aligns with your goals. Okay. Yolanda, am I getting out of my current relationship? Boss lady, give me 1 second. I'm gonna answer that for you. Thank you, Big Abby. Thank you, Annalise. Current relationship. Mm-mm. Some all over the place. Um, I'm gonna have to answer that one again. I'm sorry. The current relationship one, I didn't get the whole question. I'm sorry. I saw one asking about pregnancy, honey. And for some reason, Spirit snapped my neck and made me go straight to it. Okay. Am I pregnant by Boss Lady Williams? I don't know why, but Spirit really wants me to answer that one. Okay. Um, Give me a second. Spirit's also telling me to pull one card for that. Yes, currently you are. Make sure you are taking care of yourself. Okay, specifically around I don't want to say stress, but I don't know if you have something with salty foods. Just be careful with that. Okay. But yes, it feels like you are. Okay. Okay. Will Tyler reconcile with me this month? Ask the universe. Yes, he's coming. Emperor's coming back into the life. Sun comes up as well. So yes, it also seems like you have some options, meaning he's not the only person that's kind of hanging around, but he does show up. Okay.